Hey, one of the biggest questions and actually problems which we face when we start a new project in Zerocracy is how to find the right architect. And very often customers who come to us, they expect the architect to be very knowledgeable in the technical stack which they want to use while they develop their projects. Say they want to use Java and Spring Framework and MongoDB as a persistence layer, and they come to us saying that we want the architect to know all those technologies. They expect the architect to be the most knowledgeable person in the team in that specific technical stack. And that is so wrong on so many levels. That's why I decided to record this video. The architect should not be the knowledge expert in the project, should not be the most knowledgeable software developer, should not know everything about the technical stack we use. That's what developers are for. Good developers, senior developers, professional developers, experts, which the project sometimes has to find on the market and recruit maybe for part-time. When we don't know something, then we find somebody else. I can give you an example. I was doing a project, I think like 4 or 5 years ago, and it was necessary to use some machine learning inside. And I had no idea at that time how machine learning worked. And it was necessary to use it in a Java environment. So we had the Java project, many Java things which were not related to machine learning, but that was necessary to use. I remember there was the framework called Mallet, and it was necessary to use that framework. And I had no idea how it worked, even the concepts of it. But the customer wanted us to develop that stuff using that framework. It was necessary to use it. So what I did, I found a number of experts on the market. I found them, I recruited them, I talked to them, I negotiated the terms, I paid them, I made a deal with them, and they provided enough knowledge for us. They provided the information, they provided some code for us, they helped us to use that framework for machine learning and to integrate that concept into our application. And I was an architect. A good architect, I believe, because I managed to find experts. I managed to understand where I don't have enough knowledge, where my team doesn't have enough knowledge, where external experts are required to bring that knowledge in. So the architect is not the knowledgeable developer, not the biggest brain in the team, not the person who knows everything about the code, the frameworks, or every piece of functionality which we implement. That would only turn an architect into a knowledge expert, and you know how much we don't like those knowledge experts. We believe that they're only problems for software projects, not a good help, because they accumulate knowledge and it's difficult to get rid of them later, and it's difficult to share knowledge when we have these knowledge silos or knowledge aggregators, accumulators inside the team. It's better to spread the knowledge among the entire code base. And the architect should not be the expert as well. The architect is something else. The architect is a developer with very advanced soft skills. And you know how many of those soft skills we can name when we talk about software development. It's an ability to communicate. It's an ability to find new people on the market. It's an ability to explain the problem to customers. It's an ability to explain the problem in the documentations. It's an ability to work with documentation. It's an ability to draw diagrams for other developers to explain them what's going on. But it's not the ability to know everything about the code. Not at all. When you're looking for an architect, look for something who knows how to organize the process of development, technically organized. I'm not talking about project management, that's something else. But I mean technical organization of technical information flow inside the team. Who will do what? Who will document things this way or that way? Where are the diagrams? How are we going to document them? How are we going to find external experts when we lack knowledge, when we understand that we don't know anything about machine learning and it's time to find somebody on the market? That's who the architect is. The architect is a technical dispatcher of information. That's the first primary responsibility of the architect. Not to be the knowledgeable guy, not to be the person who knows everything, not at all. That's just wrong. So look for somebody who knows how software development works in general, who has experience of working in the team you are trying to build. If you're trying to build a distributed team, then you need an architect who knows how that team works. If you build a collocated team, then you need an architect who knows how to work with that type of team. But don't look for somebody who knows a lot about Spring Framework. You will only find a great developer, but a bad architect. A great architect is not a great developer, and the other way around. Those are two different categories. So don't make that mistake. Don't try to find an expert and then make that expert, technical expert, an architect. It's not going to work that way. Instead, find somebody who knows how to deal with the team, how to deal with the complex solutions being developed by a large group of people. And then tell that person that now we're going to use Java and Spring framework. And that person will say, okay, sure, we're going to find 3-4 experts. We're going to get them on board. They will tell us how that Spring has to be used. And then we find programmers who will do exactly what those experts told us to do. But it's not my job as an architect to do and to know how it should be done. My job is to find the expertise on the market. My job is to organize the development process, the technical development process. So keep it in mind. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.